What is going on, guys? My name is LittleMarMan. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. Of course, everything you need to know about zombies. Yes, the one series on YouTube where we go in depth on the storyline into every individual topic and sort of journey through the story and how everything ties into it. And we've done numerous topics, and we're sort of focusing on characters now. We're gonna go through the characters and then sort of the background and all the maps and stuff. We covered the main story from Richtofen's point of view and the original crew story and stuff like that, and Element 115, and of course who are Group 935. We've covered a lot of videos. Suggest some topics that you want me to cover regarding the zombie storyline. And if you have any questions regarding this topic, do not hesitate to comment it below. And of course, if you learned something from this video, hit that like button. It does support me a hell of a lot. So what are we talking about in today's video? Of course, Dr. Ludvig Maxis. And just before I do, if you haven't seen the other videos, I recommend really catching up. There will be a playlist on my YouTube channel, and of course there will be a link to that playlist in the description below. It just because when I make reference to things, I assume you guys know sort of the basis around it, and I do explain some of the new stuff in this video and in other videos, but yeah, you need to sort of watch them from the start if you don't have a basic understanding of the zombie storyline. So we're gonna get straight into it. Dr. Ludvig Maxis is sort of the villain. He's the antagonist of the zombie storyline. He's one of the two lead scientist characters. If you didn't know, it's sort of two scientists, and it's sort of a betrayal, and then that's sort of the zombie storyline, how it all kicked off. So yeah, he's the lead scientist in the part of a project known as the Riese, which we played on the map, the Riese, and he was obviously the father of Samantha Maxis, who was always calling to us in most of the maps. She's calling to us, and we're sort of searching for her and stuff. So yeah, leader of Group 935, he obviously travelled to northern France, which we know its origins, with Group 935 in order to harvest Element 115. And just before I jump straight into it, Richtofen, which we covered in the last episode, Dr. Edward Richtofen was obviously Max's assistant. So yeah, their research sort of yielded many interesting results, and they sort of discovered an ancient box that can pull out weapons from different eras, which we obviously know as the random weapon box, and they sort of discovered how to wield different elemental powers, and then that led to the discovery of the elemental staffs. So yeah, Maxis then he began to hear voices on the site of origins from a girl named Samantha, who claimed to be his daughter, and she obviously claimed to be trapped within Agartha, and obviously the energy of Agartha allowed her to go back in time and sort of talk to him and stuff, which we've talked about in other episodes, but we will address it in further episodes. So yeah, Richtofen also took note of this, and sort of Maxis began to suffer the effects of Element 15 and began to turn into a zombie. So Richtofen did manage to strap him down in Origins and sort of reserve his brain, and he planned to be putting it into Maxis drone, but Maxis presumably got a new body, or he ended up returning to his old one. There's sort of a gap in the story here. I'm gonna go into further research and probably fill you guys in a later episode. But yeah, there's sort of a I've done a bit of research on it already, but there's sort of a gap in the story. So yeah, moving on, Richtofen did end up betraying Maxis. I'm going to do a full episode on that. That's probably going to be later in the week sometime. Yeah, the full betrayal between Richtofen and Maxis. But yeah, basically Richtofen betrays Maxis, and him and his daughter Samantha are locked in a room and teleported. Samantha is obviously teleported to Griffin Station on the moon, and Maxis, you could say, sort of he died. I think I'm not sure, whatever way the body was supported. Obviously, only his soul sort of got teleported into the computer system, so he's sort of an AI render. So yeah, Maxis contacts Samantha and telling her to kill all the members of Group 935. Samantha begins her killing spree, and when our characters Richtofen, Dempsey, Takio and Nikolai teleport to the moon, Samantha and Richtofen end up obviously switching souls, and Samantha is now in Richtofen's body. And Maxis makes the decision to launch missiles to sever the link between the planet and the ether, but the air is incinerated and billions die. This is obviously all to sort of stop Richtofen's plan of controlling the zombies and the world. And then Maxis ends up sort of, it doesn't fast forward time per se, it's sort of around the time, it's only a day later after the events of Moon, because that obviously takes place at the same time as in Nuketown. But yeah, Maxis then contacts Stuhlinger, as well as the same time Stu's group is being contacted by Richtofen, all to activate polarization devices. Richtofen's polarization device that he needs them to activate is obviously a transit, and then sort of Max's plan to sort of sever the link between Earth and Ether, it sort of failed, so that's why he needs to activate these polarization devices sort of to stop him again. But yeah, Maxis's polarization device is at Rise, which he sort of leads the group to, and then the group obviously activate that, and then the group ends up at Buried, which is where the third polarization device is. And then at Buried, of course, we are left with two decisions, two Easter eggs. It depends what favour you do them in. You can do them in Maxis' favour, or you can do them in Richtofen's favour. We sort of go into better explanation in previous videos and stuff, definitely in the Richtofen story, but I'm going to re-explain it now. So yeah, we're left with two outcomes. Maxis can either overpower Richtofen and he gains all the vital energies and he uses them to open a gateway to Ether, where he hopes Samantha's soul is now, because he's trying to sort of reunite himself with his daughter, and in the process he does destroy the earth, and he also traps Richtofen, like Richtofen's soul, in the body of a zombie, so he eternally walks the earth. Or if you do it in Richtofen's favour, the link between Ether and Earth allows Richtofen to gain more power than Maxis, and Maxis is sort of gain nothing in the process, and that sort of weakens him, and then Maxis ceases to exist. So that's sort of the end of Maxis' road if you do it in Richtofen's favour, and if not, it obviously goes in Maxis' favour and he overpowers Richtofen. So yeah, that is pretty much all the information about Dr. Ludvig Maxis, also known and referred to as Daddy by Samantha, obviously, not by Richtofen. That'd be weird, right? But yeah, so yeah, that is pretty much it. That's his whole story, how he ties into the zombie storyline. He's sort of the sub-main character, the second main scientist character, if you get me, because Richtofen is obviously the main character, and he's obviously the antagonist, the villain, because no matter what, he always ends up doing something bad and destroying the earth. So even though Richtofen is evil, he's sort of less evil, and he's sort of more moral than Maxis. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something from this video, obviously smash that like button and hit the subscribe button, and maybe suggest some topics, ask some questions. That is all I ask of you guys. Seriously, smash that like button and ask some questions regarding this topic. And if you already know something, let me know down in the comment section what you learned and what you think is cool, because all day, seriously all day, I can talk about zombies all day long. Seriously, let's have a discussion. Guys, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace out, have an awesome day.
Am I